You've got abs right now, under there somewhere, and you've been told the only reason you can't see them is fat. That's not the whole truth. There are guys walking around lean, actually lean, who still don't have a visible six-pack. And there are guys with a little more fat than them whose abs pop anyway. Same body fat, different result. If it were purely about fat, that wouldn't happen. So before you start another brutal cut, eating sad chicken and crying into your food scale, let me show you what's actually going on. Because half the time, your abs aren't buried in fat, they're hiding. And it's your posture and your breathing that put them there. Here's the first problem: your pelvis. For most people sitting at a desk all day, the pelvis tilts forward. It's called anterior pelvic tilt, and it does exactly one annoying thing. It pushes your lower belly out and arches your back. Your stomach pokes forward not because it's full of fat, but because your skeleton is presenting it to the world like a trophy. You could be lean and still look soft just because your bones are aimed wrong. Stand sideways in a mirror. If your butt sticks out, your back is arched and your gut leads the way. Congratulations, that's the tilt. Fixing it can flatten your stomach before you lose a single pound. Second problem: you don't know how to brace. Bracing is your ability to actually engage your core, to make it hard and tight on command. And most people have never done it in their life. Your abs sit there slack all day, holding nothing, doing nothing, the muscular equivalent of an employee who clocks in and naps. When a muscle is never contracted, it stays thin and flat. Visible abs aren't just about low fat, they're about thickness. The muscle has to actually stick out to catch a shadow. A flat, untrained, never braced core could be sitting under 10% body fat and still look like nothing. This is the part nobody tells you. You can do 1,000 crunches and still have hidden abs, because crunches don't teach bracing and they don't fix your posture. You're training the one thing while ignoring the two things that actually hide the result. And this is why most people fail. They see a soft stomach, they assume fat, they cut harder. They get leaner and leaner and the abs still don't show, so they assume their genetics are cursed and they quit. When really, they just never fixed the frame holding it all up. So let's fix it. First, the tilt. Stop living in extension. When you stand, gently tuck your pelvis under. Imagine pulling your belt buckle up toward your chin an inch. Squeeze your glutes. Your lower back should feel less arched. That's neutral. Do it enough and it stops being a pose and starts being your posture. Strengthen what's weak. Your abs and your glutes pull the pelvis back into place. Stretch what's tight. Your hip flexors and lower back are yanking it forward. You're not fighting fat here, you're fighting a desk chair. Second, learn to brace. Right now, take a breath into your stomach, not your chest. Then tighten everything like you're about to take a punch. That hard, 360-degree pressure around your middle, that's a brace. That's what your core is actually for. Train it under load. Planks done properly, hollow holds, dead bugs, hanging leg raises, but braced, not flopping. The goal isn't to feel the burn, it's to teach the muscle to be hard and stay hard. Thickness comes from tension, and tension is something you've been skipping this whole time. And here's a sneaky one. Most people breathe wrong all day. Shallow chest breaths, stomach pushed out, ribs flared up. You spend 16 hours a day in the exact posture that hides your abs, and then wonder why 10 minutes of crunches did nothing. The way you sit, stand, and breathe between workouts matters more than the workout itself. And here's the bonus nobody expects. The same brace that builds visible abs also protects your spine, fixes your posture, and makes every other lift stronger. Your weak, sleepy core has been sabotaging your back squat and your deadlift this entire time. You thought it was a leg problem. Third, yes, you do still need to manage body fat. I'm not going to lie to you and say posture alone gives you a shredded midsection at 25% body fat. Fat matters. But it's the last layer, not the only one. Fix the tilt, build the thickness, and you'll need way less leanness to actually see the result. Most people are cutting to 10% to reveal a core that would have shown at 14% if they just stood up straight. So let's keep it simple. Your abs aren't necessarily buried. They might just be tilted out of view, sitting flat because you never made them work, hidden by a posture you built one slouchy day at a time. Fix your pelvis. Learn to brace. Train your core for thickness, not just burn. Do that, and you might see your abs at a body fat you thought was impossible, without another miserable cut.
And no, we don't have a six-pack pill. What we do have is a core training guide that builds the bracing and the thickness the right way, so by the time you do lean down, there's actually something there to see.